take 4. What's happening, YouTube friends and family? I'm Raymond.
I'm Mary.
My wife is behind the camera today. Today we coming to you with a short, hopefully short, sweet video, a Q&A, basically Q&A on our video that we received a lot of feedback and a lot of questions being asked on applying for a Twic card and being a convicted felon. So we picked out of all the questions and stuff, we picked out 3 questions that we thought would help more than one person, since we all dealing with being a convicted felon. So the first question was, I'm about to catch a first felony for burglary and domestic violence, which I see is not on that list at all. I'll be under 3 years probation. Do I have to wait 3 years before applying for the Twic? First, you wrote burglary, domestic violence. We don't know if that's 1 felony or 2. The other thing is, we don't know if you did any time for that. If you've done time, we just playing devil's advocate. If you've done time, then it's 7 years from release of custody. That means
5 years from release of custody.
Right. 5 years from release of custody.
7 years.
7 years from conviction. So release of custody could mean from jail, county, state prison, whatever, wherever they had you housed. If you have halfway house, you have to finish the halfway house. That's once you finish halfway house or house arrest, once that's done, then your release of custody is complete. So it's 5 years from that time, and then it's 7 years from the conviction. So the application could get denied if applied for too soon with the person that wrote 3 years probation. The TSA has its own, has their own discretion. They can make their own discretion to things that are not on the list. So our subscriber said that his charge wasn't on the list. So the TSA has a discretion to make that final determination. So, but to me, it seems like you haven't done no time. You just pled guilty to the charges, and that was that, and you got 3 years probation. So like we said, it's 5 years from custody, 5 years from the time of custody, and 7 years from the time of the conviction. So I hope that answers your question, you know, even though your specific charge wasn't on the list. The next question was, I got convicted in December 2017 of a federal felony, but I got out of the halfway house on February 2022. Can I still apply for the Twic card? Same thing applies here. 5 years from the time of custody release. So you got out the halfway house in 2022 of February. So 5 years from that time, if it was on the 3rd or the 15th or the 30th of February, it would be February that same day, 2027. Okay. The last question was, I caught a drug case in March 2021. Am I eligible for the card? So once again, these things are important, because if you fill out the application too soon, 2 things are going to happen. 1, you're going to get denied, and 2, you're going to lose. It's like you wasting the money for the background check, because you have to pay for that in advance before you get somebody writing you back telling you whether you got approved or denied. You got to put that money up front. So kind of be mindful and go back and read the rules and regulations. We just giving it to you real fast, but you should go back and read the rules and regulations on the TSA website.
And just getting caught the charge, like you didn't mention if you were convicted or not. So,
yeah,
again, if you were convicted, the rules apply. But if you were not convicted, that means you're not a convicted felon. So this wouldn't apply to you.
Yeah. Then there was another question where somebody said that one of their felonies got dismissed. If your felony got dismissed, then you don't have a felony.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it may show up, you know, on a background check, but it's going to show up as dismissed. So, you know, these things, 5 years, 7 years of waiting, it doesn't apply. You can go and apply for your Twic Card right away, as long as it's showing that it's dismissed. I would see if I can get a background check on myself to see if it's showing up as dismissed. If it's showing up as dismissed, then you all good. So yeah, that was the questions that stood out to me most. It seemed like, you know, we all, regardless of our felony, you know, if it's a harsh felony like a murder charge or something like that, or espionage, like, you know, some stuff that, you know, us neighborhood guys really don't catch. You know what I mean? Or RICO, something like that, for you, you know, for you guys
Organized.
that, yeah, that has that type of stuff, then you got a serious problem. But other than that, you know, regular felonies that we used to catch out here, is, you know, it's a possibility that you can get your Twic Card with just a matter of waiting the allotted time that you need to wait. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any more questions, we really appreciate the feedback. We didn't realize that we had so many questions being asked, and we do appreciate that. We was having some technical difficulties with our notifications on our website, but I think we got it all figured out. So if you have any more questions or just feedback in general, you know, don't hesitate to hit us up. Like, share, and subscribe, and keep rolling. Till next time, peace.